Welcome in. Game 3, potentially decider match. Classicpro's gotta turn it around right now, or else this is the end of the round of 8. We are here on Isthmus, and we've got another Hun war. Got another Hun mirror here on Isthmus. We saw this earlier today, Doubt versus ACCM, and Doubt, I think it was Doubt, was able to overwhelm ACCM with just raw Cav Archer production. We'll see if that's how this game ends up as well, as Hearttt goes for the dock out here very early. Classicpro not sending anything to dock just yet. Okay, there we go. So both players will be docked up on opposite sides of the water, important to note. Archer opening here for Hearttt. It is Scouts for Classicpro. So straight up Archer opening. Oh, ugly, ugly, ugly for Classicpro. Runs right through the military. That's unfortunate. Loses almost half health on both of the opening Scouts. Fishing ships coming out on the right for Hearttt. Classicpro going for fishing ships on the left. Okay. Also an archery range here for Classicpro for probably the skirms, although maybe we mix in some archers here. Skirm opening for sure when you see this. Bills. Taking out that scout is very nice if you're trying to open skirms here. Bill's thinking about fighting, but we're going to have to pull back. Fletching on the way for Hearttt. He's also mixing in some more of his own scouts. Did have to pull back off this wood line. Oh, and now we've got some idols here. That's good damage for now. Just a little bit of idle damage is always good. What? Fletching on the way for Classicpro. Skirms are enough to force this army back, though. Third fishing ship coming in for Classicpro. Heartt's only gone for one fishing ship. Now he's going for a fire galley, so not getting a ton out of this fish boom just yet. Fish boom, quote unquote. Stable being harassed now, though. The scouts are making a big difference here. Hearttt maybe does not want to lose his scouts for free like that, but oh well. It's a little unfortunate. The scouts are the only thing keeping this push going. But that's a Deadville. That's the first eco kill of the game. We're going to have to back up a little now, wait for more scouts to arrive. Skirms just need to dive on spears and archers here. Let the scouts fight scouts. 5th fishing ship coming out for Classicpro. Heartt's just on his soon-to-be 2nd. A little bit of idle TC time for Classicpro. Is there enough scouts here to take this fight? Pretty good fight. Good micro with the spearmen, drawing the fire of the archers and then not actually dying. Ooh, archers path back into themselves. Could have used a little of that phosphoru micro there, I think, to avoid that repath. Forging on the way. Classicpro is on 2 stable scouts. I think it's... Oh, actually, Hearttt is too. He's just not producing that much. Nice snipe there for Hearttt. Forging on the way for Hearttt as well. And Hearttt is going to start to dock the left side now, which is really good. There's a ton of fish out here. I'm really surprised, honestly. Classicpro is going for a 7th fishing ship before he makes any navy. Is kind of greedy. I don't think he has any idea. Yeah, he has no idea if Doubt is on this water or not. I'm very surprised he hasn't gone for any navy yet. Fight continues at the front. Still trading fairly evenly are both players. Bloodlines is in for Hearttt, but the armor is in for Classic Pro. Also, Hearttt, I guess, canceled Fortune. He had it coming in for a while there. That was a good fight for Classic Pro. More skirms are here to deal with these archers. I mean, res collected should be quite good for Classic Pro, and it is. He's like 500 res collected ahead. That's just off the back of the better fish boom. Classic Pro might be underestimating his upgrades here. I think he takes that fight if he realizes how far ahead he is. This is not a good fight now, though, with the archers behind. Bloodline's on the way for Classic Pro. He's going to be fully upgraded scout-wise, also skirmisher-wise. So the upgrades are really, really good for Classic Pro. It's much easier for him to afford these things than Hearttt, because Hearttt still only has 3 fishing ships. He opens a fire galley on the left. This could be huge. If he can snipe down this fishing eco, that's the only advantage Classic Pro's rocking with right now. The archers are putting in so much work here. Classic Pro's struggling to micro the skirmishers onto the archers as well. So what should be a great fight is just not materializing for him. Need more skirms is what we need. I don't know why, like 3 stable scout production here for Classic Pro, but we're not adding in any skirms against all these archers. Okay, the fire galley is out for Hearttt, but he's not able to focus on this right now. He is not able to focus on that supremely right now. 4 stable scouts for Classic Pro. That's nuts. That's so many scouts. That's a crazy amount of scouts. Who needs skirms, I guess, when you can simply make more scouts? It's still not an ideal fight, but we're getting there. Suddenly, I mean, Hearttt has a ton of gold. Hearttt has so much gold. The archers are all going to go down. Finally. Scouts go down. I think Hearttt needs to go up now. Although it's very scary. 4 stable scouts for Classic Pro is very scary to try and age up against. Oh man, if this fire galley was just doing some work, it'd be so good. Classic Pro's gotten so much food off of these fishing ships. Maybe you don't go Castle Age here. There's so much military here for Classic Pro. It's kind of nuts. You gotta be real careful you don't get just fully overwhelmed if you try to age up here. Who cares about spears when you have this many fully upgraded scouts? It's a bit of an awkward fight. Okay, you gotta start caring about the spears a little bit. We're not fighting. It's actually a terrible engagement. This is like over micro for Classic Pro. The scouts just were not fighting nearly as much as they should have been in there. Okay, so random spearman from Classic Pro. Got in a lot of value there, and Classic Pro actually clicks up to Castle Age first. Crazy. The fish boom has been nuts. Okay, finally the fish boom's getting taken care of. But, I mean, Classic Pro's most of this 1,500 res collected difference has just been food from the fishing ships. And scouts getting a lot of value in around the back. Kill 1 vill, but scare a lot of vills away from their resources. That's a ton of idle villagers there. For Hearttt, I mean, the eco's kind of a mess here for Hearttt right now. Gonna try and get back on resources. Even the gold is very sloppy around the back. This wood line is not super efficient anymore. Okay. We're gonna get back on this wood line. We can get back on the farms, kind of. This farming eco is ugly, though. Fishing eco has been heavily cut down for Classicpro, though. He only has these 3 fishing ships left. I feel like we're just opening knights here for Classicpro, right? I think Heartt's going to switch into cav archers here, but feels like the eco is just set up for knights and not cav archers. Which could be good or could be bad, we'll see. Classicpro hits Castle Age, it's going to be knights. He's got plenty of stables to make these knights out of. He gets light cav as well for all of these scouts. And it isn't, well, actually, cav archers and knights for Heartt. Really good production to open up Castle Age here for Heartt. I don't think he's not going to be able to do that long term, but it's a really good opening. Spears finding good value against the initial round of knights that Classicpro had coming out. Archers are going to go down, but we weren't upgrading those archers anyway going forward, so maybe not the end of the world there for Heartt. Good clear up, though. Also, Classicpro's made things really messy on the backside here for Heartt. Really good rewalls behind for Heartt. He did a really good job, but man, he was having to focus back here. Second TC for both players, as Classicpro also goes for a siege workshop in the middle. Knight production is dried up for Heartt. It is straight cav archers now. There's still holes in here. It's a little awkward. Oh god. If the knights just run through to the back here, it's going to be a nightmare. There are cav archers here, but we'll see. There's very little in the way of food eco right now for Heartt. He's got these fish that are kind of working. That's about it. He's run out of farms. And there's just more cav. More and more cav from Classicpro. Ballistics coming in for Heartt. He's getting into the cav archers, which is the best unit he can make. So long term, Heartt's composition is going to feel better than Classicpro's. Also, that's a big clear up of those knights. Couple vills went down, but not that many. The longer this game goes on, the more I like the fact that Heartt is already making cav archers. Full water control as well. There are docks from Classicpro on both sides, and finding these fishing ships is really good. If you're just able to snipe down a couple of them for free, that's great. Scorpions here again for Classicpro. I mean, Scorpions did work for him in game 1, but ended up not being quite enough. Second armor coming in for the knights. That not being in yet is awkward as well. Alright, Heartt's going to lose his fish. So the fish has been equalized. Classicpro is 3k res collected ahead now, though. It's pretty nice. Is it enough, though? More and more scorpions. A lot of scorpions. You got to be real careful here. We don't have the second armor in yet for Heartt either, so these scorpions are going to be doing good damage if they can catch up to the cav archers. Okay. Heartt's expanding the walls out to try and claim some more resources. He's gonna run out of wood here pretty soon, I suppose. He's alright. He's got 3 wood lines, kind of. As long as Classicpro can't get in back here. He's gonna run out of this gold, though. Which is why he stretched out for this one. That's very close to the front lines. Wheelbarrow's in for Classicpro. He is 8 villagers ahead right now. It's been a lot of idle TC time for Heartt as he's been trying to afford all of these different things. Losing the fish was also big. Like, it wasn't a lot of fish for Heartt, but his farming eco was in such a disastrous state that every little bit was helping him. Cav Archer's not taking an amazing fight against the Scorpions. We're trying to get this Mangonel in position to attack the Scorps. Knights are going to dive on the Mangonel. It does take out a Scorpion, but that's not good enough. Gold's going to be an issue here for Hearttt. Also, these Cav Archers do not want to group up too tightly in these choke points. Mangonel takes out 2 more Scorpions. Cav Archer's taking a lot of damage, though. And Hearttt has to abandon the gold. He's not... That's his only gold. Oh, he has gold back here still. Okay, so we can afford to abandon that gold for now. Getting a monastery up now is Hearttt. This is wide open back here, by the way. There's no walls covering that at all if Classicpro ever circles those Cav units around. Ballistics coming in for Classicpro as he's getting into Elite Skirm. Other Mangonel here is going to probably clear up, well, not all of the Scorpions. It gets 1. Knights can snipe down more, though. I think the pushback is coming here for Hearttt. It was good pressure for Classicpro. Got the Skirms now. I think Heartt's going to have to back up from this. Select. There's a lot of weak Cav Archers in here too. Second armor coming in for Classicpro's Skirms. Feels like a replay of game 1. The eco is better for Classicpro, but the composition is better for Hearttt. Like the Skirms, they're doing a lot of damage here. Every Cav Archer that goes down for Hearttt is a big deal. Classicpro actually wins the water on the right-hand side and still has these 3 fishing ships on the left. It's a little... Oh, he doesn't even see the dock. So Hearttt might assume he's fully cleared Classicpro off of the left-hand side. Alright. Ooh, Scorpions pop out and they have a perfect angle on those Cav Archers. We're losing a lot of Cav Archers here. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Heartt's down to 16. He's lost a lot of Cav Archer numbers in the last couple minutes pushing across the field. I think he's trying to switch more heavily into Knights now. It's not ideal. Classicpro's already in Knights, right? So you don't... It's tough to make that switch work right now. Third TC Hearttt needs middle gold long term. He's ripping through this gold in the back of his base, so he's got to put some cushion between himself and this gold, if nothing else. But, ooh, I don't know if this TC goes up, actually. Wait a minute. This is a lot of Skirms, and it's not a lot of Vils. It doesn't. TC is denied for now. Skirms continue to pick away at the Cav Archers behind while the Knights just fight against the Knights. Looking good for Classicpro again. Very back and forth game. This has actually been really good. This gold is going to be denied yet again. And fills are going to go down. How much gold is left back here? 800? That's not a lot. That is really not a lot of gold when you're making Cav Archers and Knights. Oh boy. Thumbring on the way, but for what units? GG! Alright. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Classicpro takes a game. We don't like sweeps. We do not like sweeps here. Classicpro takes a game, and it is taking the matchup of the first overall picks, which is really nice as well. The Skirm switch was so good. And Hearttt just drip-fed way too many units trying to fight these Skirms. Like, the push, it felt like he got a little too tunnel visioned maybe on this pushback. Took a lot of bad fights once the skirms started coming out. Gotta be said though, 10k res collected ahead was Classicpro. He got such greater value out of the fish boom compared to Hearttt. That was probably the biggest difference in that one.